Invite your followers, please, because this is going to be a good one. And then how do I get multiple streams of income? So you see, so at Jenkins for MP, do you see the young lady, the business solutions? I want you to try to hook up with her. She can help you do that as well. So can I too, but we work together. So you want to hook up with her, and she can help you with your multiple streams of income. We that's what we do. So, again, Winfred Burns II. I am the CEO of Global Drive Radio. I'm inviting some people. Thank you. Thanks, Ace. CEO of Global Drive Radio. I am also the CEO of Rent a Big Man. Hello, Miss Nichols, 1977. I'm the of rentabandbigman.com. And, okay, great. Shoot me your information. I definitely love to listen to your show. And then, we're going to have to hook up. And also, I am the Money Mentor. So we are going to, I have multiple streams of income too. So yes, so we do that as well. So, all right. So we're going to get to, thank you for those who invited and who shared. I appreciate you. So there is a question that drives every person, and a question that innately, whether we know it or not, we are trying to answer. And again, this is for every age group. This is a question that every gender, so if you're trying to invite people, then you would, if you're on iPhone, you swipe left to right and then do it. And then you hit the button that says share with, you hit share. And then once you hit share, it'll say to Twitter, Facebook, or invite followers. If you're Android, it goes up, down to up. Do the same thing. So yes. Okay. So here it is. Have you guys ever wondered why in relationships, thank you, iPhone is left, did I say left to right? Did I say left to right? I'm sorry. Yeah, left to right. If you are, so I've noticed, and over the 15 years, 10 years, when I am talking to couples or individuals about financial matters, about starting a business, this morning I had 3 conversations, not one, but 3 conversations with men who are two with men, one with a female, who are in marriages, and they have questions about whether or not they feel that they are. One had a question about whether or not they're good fathers, they're good husbands, they're good wives. Why does my husband do this? Why does my wife do this? Same thing when it comes to money. Why do I struggle doing the things that I'm doing, trying to get ahead? Why am I unable to make money? Why does it seem like I can never get to something and stick to it? And all of that leads to answering this one question at the core and at the root of the question. Because the question is never how to make more money. Making more money is actually pretty simple, in the sense of you get a great concept, and you market it and advertise it. You find out you're different was how you're going to differentiate yourself in the marketplace, and then you promote it. And it's pretty, if you're consistent with it and it's a good product, the market will then do what it does. So the issue is not can you make more money. The issue is not do you have enough support? Because again, if it's a good product or not, and you sell it the right way, people are going to buy it whether or not they support you because they need it, or because you figured out a way to show them that it's something that they want. So that's not the problem. The problem is, and the question that you are really trying to answer is, am I good enough? Anytime you have a situation where you are trying to figure out something in your life, at the core of it, you want to know, am I good enough? Am I good enough? Am I really good enough? Let me take this from a situation of a relationship. When you, as a man or a woman, practice infidelity, typically you are practicing infidelity, typically, not all the time, because the relationship that you are in, what you tell yourself is, it's not giving me what I need. The problem with that statement is it is never designed for another person to give you what you need. Your spouse is supposed to be a compliment. Your spouse or your mate are supposed to be an addition. Your spouse and your mate are supposed to be, again, a partner, but you were born and you were created to be a self-sufficient, a self-sustaining being all by yourself, period. You don't need in the sense of being able to do things. You don't need anyone else in order to be who you were created to be. What you are is you are, again, you are there and you are designed once you get a mate to find someone who enhances what it is that you are already doing and who you already are. So the question is not, or the problem is not that your partner isn't giving you what you need. Even again, I'm not going to say that if someone is abusing you or if someone is doing some harm to you, that it's not going to have an effect. That is completely different. It's going to affect you. Like we talked about last night. If you stub your toe, it's going to hurt. That's an emotion. However, if you don't answer the question whether or not how you feel about if you're good enough, then what it's going to do is it's going to continue to allow your emotions, it's going to allow your feelings, it's going to allow your circumstances to control everything that you do. So let's just say you do start a business and it's a profitable business. Well, what's going to happen is you're going to start this business and this business isn't going to take off the way you thought it would be. I thought it would, because it looks, trust me, when you start a business, it looks a whole lot better on paper than the work is. Or you're going to start, going back to school to get a degree, and you're going to find out how hard it is. Or you're going to start a job, and after the honeymoon period is over, you're going to find out that you don't really like the people there, that they crazy, and you don't know why you didn't see that in the first place. Or again, if you're in a relationship, you're going to find out that this person who I thought would be my everything is just a normal person like the last person I dated. And all of that leads to you needing to answer the question, am I good enough? Is there something wrong with me? Why is it that I keep running into these same situations and into these same scenarios? Why is it that I can't do this? Because you have not figured out in yourself that you are enough alone. And again, I'm not saying be single. What I'm saying is that when you were born with the capability, you were born with the capacity, you were born with the ability, you were born with the gifts, you were born with the talents, you were born with everything that you needed to accomplish the goal and the desire and the plan and the destiny that you were born to do. It might not look like the things that I'm doing. It might not be the things that it might not be as big and as you think and see on television, but it's your plan and you are good enough. And until you can then come to the understanding and the conclusion that who you are is enough to do the things that you are supposed to do, you will always be walking around with a huge hole in your heart and a huge question in your mind trying to figure out, am I good enough? Can I be a good enough parent? Can I make enough money? Can I do enough of this? Can I do enough of that? Am I enough? How do people see me? What is it that's going on that people don't accept me the way I do? All of those questions come up because you haven't come to the conclusion that you are perfect just the way you are. The right height, the right shape, the right words, you talk the right way, you do the right things. All of that stuff is designed exactly the way it's supposed to be designed for you. Now, here is what you need to do. So, that was almost a sermon. Jesus, wait a second. Hold on. Anyway, here's what you need to do. So what you need to do is you need to figure out and ask yourself this question. What are the holes in my heart? Where are the broken places in my life? Where are the patterns in my life? The patterns of dysfunction, the patterns of, where are those things? Where are the cycles in my life? And what are the consistent things that continue to happen? And once you begin to figure those out, then and begin to deal with those, because there's always a battle. Here it is. There's always a battle that tries to make you feel inferior or insecure. So let me just say this. I'm a person of faith. And so I believe that that our enemy is not, because our enemy does not believe and knows that he cannot, and I say he in the generic term, cannot defeat God. The only thing he can do is to defeat you. And if he can't get you to understand, if he can get you to not think that you are good enough, then all you will continue to do is look and think about a God who's somewhere out there and is not present in your life. Everything, and I can give you scripture to back this up. Everything that you need, you were born with. Every gift that you needed, it's already in you. So you ain't waiting on God. God is waiting on you. When he birthed you, when you came into this world, the idea of who you were and who you were supposed to be was already finished. He already made you the way that he needed you in order to do the design that he had when he thought about you. So he tells Jeremiah, before I formed you in the womb, I called you to be a prophet to the nations. He knew that before he formed you. So all Jeremiah had to do was be what God had formed him to be. He already formed you to be a great woman, a great man, a great business owner, a great father, a great mother. All you have to do is not allow the things that have happened in your past to continue to play out in your present. And if they do continue to play out in your present, they will always affect your future. So here is what I'm telling you. Find out the cycles of negativity. Find out where the holes in your heart are. Go into the ugly places of your past and heal them. Go into the place that you have covered up, the insecurity that you have said that you never want to deal with, that place that you said that I'll never let anybody do this to me again, and heal it. Deal with it. Look at it in the face and say, oh my God, I didn't know that 25 years later, I was still suffering for this. Now I'm going to give you a personal example. So my personal example was, as a child, someone whom I love very dearly, out of ignorance, not trying to be mean. Well, they were trying to be mean at that point, but out of ignorance told me that I was stupid and that everybody else in my family was smart except me. I took those words because the person who said it, I valued their opinion. And for several years, all the way up until college, I thought I was stupid. So there was no need for me to try to do anything that was worthwhile outside of sports. I knew I could play baseball. You couldn't take that away from me. I knew I could sing. You couldn't take that away from me. But when it came to something that required a mental strain and stress and anything that I had to work for with my mind, I thought, what is the point of doing it? Because I am stupid. And until I was able to look that in the eye and say, fool, you're not stupid. It might take you a little longer to understand some concepts, but in certain areas, you are a genius. There is genius locked up inside of you, and it had to be attacked. It had to be come after, because it knew that if I ever was unable to unlock the genius that was inside of me, I then would not be able to have the 3 businesses that I have now and more coming on the way. And so what you want to do is you want to be able to look at yourself and say, guess what? Everything that they said about me it came at me because it was trying to kill me. It wanted to destroy me, but it needed to try to destroy me because it knew that if I was ever able to heal from it, I would get better for it. I would be better for it. I would be a better man. I would be a better woman. I would be a better husband. I'll be a better father. I'll be a better businessman. And I'll be able to do more things that even my mind can conceive, because I answered the question, am I good enough? Answer the question for yourself. And I can promise you, you will unlock all of the potential that is in you. Because when you answer the question and come to the conclusion that you are good enough, then guess what happens? You then begin to love yourself. You begin to honor yourself. You begin to not allow certain things to be a part of your life anymore. You begin to raise the standard of the people who you even allow to speak into your life. You then begin to understand that there are certain things that were never meant for you, and that if they're not meant for you, they have no choice but to leave at some point. And it just begins to help you focus. And so when you ask the question, how do you make $1 million in a day? That's how you do it, is you settle those issues in your past. And when you settle those issues of your past, and you settle those broken pieces, and you settle all of the stuff in you that says that I'm not good enough, and say, yeah, I am good enough, then at that point, you begin to unlock supernatural insight, supernatural ability, things in you that you thought you would never be able to do, people who you never thought you'd be able to see, doors that you never thought would open. All will begin to happen as you understand that you are good enough. All right. Hey, we're going to keep going tonight. We're going to do another scope tonight. I hope that this blessed you. I hope that you were, oh, you're fine. Don't worry about it. I hope you guys have a great night. Please listen to the replay again. Please. I need you. I'm seeing so much. I'm seeing so much negativity, and so many people who are living below where they should be living because they have not been able to come to the understanding that they are good enough, and that they were born for purpose, that they were born for something greater than where they are. I'm telling you, once you begin to understand that, once you begin to raise your level of thinking about yourself and your surroundings, then certain things will just start to irritate you. Like there are now certain, I'm say this, no, I'm not, it's the truth. There are certain times I'm having conversations with people, and in my mind, I'm thinking, this is stupid. I don't even want to talk to this person anymore. And it's not that they're bad. It's just that the place that I have elevated my mind and my thinking to, I don't want to be there. Hey, Charla, how you doing? I don't want to be there anymore. And because I don't want to be there, I refuse to allow that to be a part of my existence anymore. And so I don't waste time. My capacity has enlarged because a lot of the foolishness is gone. And then I'm nice. I'm pretty nice. I think I'm nice when I dismiss people, but I will dismiss you from my life if you are holding me back. And I'm unapologetic about it, but I believe in living on purpose. I believe that I only have a set amount of time. And because of that, I'm going to do everything I'm supposed to do, and get everything I'm supposed to be, and be everything I'm supposed to be. Because here is the final thought. I remember a couple of years ago, I was complaining and I was saying, God, I don't appreciate where my family is. I don't appreciate where I am. We've been faithful. We've been doing this. We've been doing that. And I was laying out my list of complaints pretty good. And the thing that I heard was, everything connected to you is waiting on you. You're complaining and you're saying you don't like where people are in your family. You don't like that your family is not walking in the inheritance that it's supposed to. They're waiting on you. And as I have begun to make certain changes in my life, I can promise you, people around me that are connected to me, doors are getting the same type of blessings that I am, because I decided to do what I was supposed to do. And I answered the question. I'm good enough. As scary as it is some days, I'm good enough. It is very difficult to do a lot of things that I do. And I have a lot of things I don't really even know that sometimes I'm like, okay, you told me to do it, I'm going to do it. But I realize I'm good enough. I can do this. I can handle all the weight. And you can too. If he put it on your heart to do something, and it is a God idea, I can promise you, provision will be made, doors will be open, you will have everything you need. And that's just not in business, that's in every area of life. So, all right, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys for hanging in there. Again, share. Please share this, again, because I want everybody to begin to understand this, that, hey, you are good enough. You are really good enough. This will change marriages. Again, like I said in the beginning, I've seen a lot of just this terrible cycle of husbands. A husband cheats, and he cheats because he don't feel like he's good enough, and the wife then has to get this. I love you too, Nikki. the wife now has to take on this question of why did he cheat? If there's something wrong with me, so now she has to answer, well, am I good enough as a wife? And then she starts taking it on the kids, and the kids start wondering, well, am I good enough as a child because she's always yelling at me? And then they get mad and they get divorced, and then now they're all sitting here trying to figure out what happened. And I'm not, obviously something is wrong, because all of them are trying to figure it out. The same question: am I good enough? It's just the truth. All right. See y'all later.